Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing this Lasko oscillating tower fan. Comes with a remote control, timer, 3 speeds. It's about 42 inches tall. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons about this, and then I'll tell you a secret tip that I have. So just stay tuned for that. First, you can see this unit is pretty tall. Like I said, it's about 42 inches tall, so just shy of 4 feet. The first really nice thing is this has a really long cord that's about 6 feet, give or take. I didn't measure it directly, but that's a rough estimate. This fan is really great. I love this because it's tall enough that, a child can stand in front of this, or a pet, or even an adult, and can get a good chunk of their body cooled down. Now, an adult might need to crouch down in order to get fully cooled. But this is great if you're sitting down. This will cover your entire body if you're sitting in front of it. So here's how it works. It's really simple controls. There's only really 5 buttons. You have the power button. When you turn it on, it'll go to the last setting that you had it at. So these are the different fan speeds. So if there's a certain one that you find that you like, you could just leave it on there and you don't ever have to change it. If you do want to change it, you just press the speed button. So it has 3 settings. Now, the description of the product says it's between a whisper and library quiet. I don't know if that's quite right. I think it's probably louder than a library where no one's talking, but this is really great for at night because I personally like to have a little bit of white noise because it helps me drown out any noises that might be outside or in the other room or what have you. And so I always have white noise. I usually have like a humidifier, but this in the summertime when it gets too hot, if I want to have additional white noise and I don't want to use too much electricity on the AC, I can run this and just cool the one room and have the benefit of white noise. Okay, so that's how this works. You have a timer here, and so it will automatically shut off after a certain amount of time. Every time you press this button, as you can see, it's going to increment by a half hour. And so you have all the way from a half hour is the shortest amount, all the way to 7.5. So when you add all of these up, you have 4, 6, 7.5 hours. So you can really leave this on all night while you're sleeping and know that it's just going to shut off in 7.5 hours. If you want to just keep it on always, and you're the one who controls it, just press that again, and it'll turn off the timer. And then there's one last button, there's 2 more buttons. This is kind of a strange button. I don't know if mine is not working or not, but this, when you press this, it goes into night mode, and it's supposed to dim the LED. And I haven't really seen it. I don't look at this at night. It's not bright enough that it affects me anyways. So the first con about this is when you go into night mode, it just goes straight to 3. Now, I'm asleep, so I think it might decrease as you're sleeping longer. I don't know, because I've never actually woken up and I've never tested it during the daytime. But if you press it again, it'll take you out of night mode and it'll go back to whatever speed you were on. And so here's the last button, which is the oscillation. So if you press that, it'll just slowly turn. And this is pretty good. So this unit is not an AC unit. It is a fan, but I feel like the air coming out is way colder than just the air around me. If I take my hand and fan myself, it feels way warmer than the air coming out of this. So it's really nice how cold this air is. That might just be my experience. It might just be that it is circulating air, but I feel as though it is cooling a little bit. Okay, so one other feature about this is it has kind of like an air filter in it. So if you have a dog and it has gas, or you have a kid and they have gas and they like to, fart around you. Sorry, I couldn't think of a better word. The air that filters through this will actually clean that out. So when the dog likes to lay next to this, they'll just lay right next to the base because they like the cold air in the hot summer. If they have gas, this will filter that. And so you'll smell it for a second, but it won't last as long as it normally will, which is kind of a nice side benefit. I'm not sure how well it does at filtering other things. I haven't actually put it to the test on filtering things. But yeah, so this is kind of the side view. And then I want to bring you back here because here we have the remote, and it's really simple, right? You just have a little hook on here and it goes in that hole, but you have a remote that's always here, so it's hard to lose, and it comes out so easily. Now, this has the same buttons. Let me come back around front as the front, right? So you have your power button, you have your speed, your oscillation, your timer, and your night. And if you notice, it has this little, I don't know what these are called, but it's like a sensor for the infrared. So as I come back, you can see that it's working from a distance here. So I'm at this point about 12 or 13 feet back, and it's hard to see on the camera, but you could see I could still get it, right? So it's on 3. I'll walk all the way back here. I'll change it to oscillation, and I'll change it to speed 1. Okay, so this remote works really good. I've never actually put this far enough to where I can't reach it with this. And the reason being is if you put the fan too far away, you're not going to feel the benefit. So this definitely works within the range of actually feeling the air. And when I come all the way back here, again, I'm about 12 or 13 feet back, I can still feel that, right? So now I can't feel it. So I'm feeling the remnants, and now I can feel it. So there's obviously a delay as the air moves through the space, but it works really good. Okay. And so my secret tip, one thing that I mentioned is I like to use a humidifier, and sometimes I like to use the fan. So what I'll do is I will put this next to the humidifier. I'm not sure if it actually works or if I just think that it works, but it seems to be that when I use the humidifier by itself, I have a pretty large bedroom, and I feel like unless I put the humidifier right next to me, I can't really feel the effects of it. However, I don't like to have it next to me, so I put it kind of far away. When I use this next to it, I feel like the humidifier's effects are amplified as well. So if you like a humidifier for the white noise or for the humidity effects, if you live in a dry climate, use that with this, and you'll have extra benefits. But yeah, so this is a really clean design. It's really simple. It's really light. So there's a nice handle here to grab it. It's really light. You know, you can lift it with one hand. I think it's only like 12 pounds or so. It's like 6 kilos. And so, it's really light. It's really sleek. I love it. My kid loves it. My dog loves it. My wife loves it. So, this is really great. I definitely recommend this. And, I hope this video was useful, and thank you for watching.